Hi, everyone. I'm John Benninger, Vice President and Market Leader of the Supply Side business here at Informa. We're coming to you live from the Supply Side studio here at the 26th Supply Side West and Food Ingredients North America Trade Show. Thanks for joining us for our segment today called Supply Side Partnership Profiles, where we're going to talk to some of our strategic partners who are out there helping us build a better world. And joining me today, one of the co-founders of one of our strategic partners, the organization Naturally Proud Network, my good friend Randy Kreinbrink. Randy, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much, John.
You
My
bet.
pleasure.
Tell us just a little bit about Naturally Proud Network. What is the mission? What are you trying to do?
Sure. The mission of Naturally Proud Network, which we founded 6 years ago, myself and John Seguin, there only were two of us, and it was actually at an informal event, decided we need to put together a group that can help network with the GBLTQ community. And we also wanted to make sure that we had a safe space where people could feel comfortable to come to network, share ideas, and feel that they don't have to worry about who they are and be accepted. So we put this together for the nutritional health foods industry. So fast forward, last night we had an event, we had probably over 500, 600 people attend. We have raised over $100,000 and so far have given away, our mission is to give it away to charitable different groups, including various centers, the Trevor Project, and we have given about 50,000. So thanks to all our sponsors, and thank you, Informa. You have made it very possible for us to grow and thrive and be who we're supposed to be without any worries or concerns. So thank you.
No, it's wonderful. It's been a great partnership for us. I know the community, and by the community I mean the whole supply side community, right? Because it's LGBTQIA plus allies,
Yes.
right? And the allies are an important part of this, I think.
And that's the good part, because the allies actually outnumber the alphabet that you just said. So at last night event, so actually probably there were about 140 of us actual members that actually attend all the time, but the ally group was probably over 500, and that's what we want. We want the community to be comfortable, fine, and accepting, and apparently that's what's happening. So it was a very good venue, and it's great to continue, and we look forward to the sponsors to continue and work with us.
Yeah, it's a wonderful mission, and I think we're making great progress. There's still more work to be done, so I want to hear just a little bit about that. Like, what's next? What are some of the challenges or maybe opportunities looking forward now for the group?
So the opportunities, what's next is we want to grow globally. It is in our statement that we're global. So we have attended some of the Informa events over in Europe. So we want to make sure that we expand and we're not just a U.S. operation. We also want to increase our donation funds and add different maybe events that we could do internally by ourselves, not always around a trade show. And we would also like to help some of our members who might be in need. There are still 25 states in America where you can be fired just for being GBLTQ. So we would like to help support people so they don't need to worry about being out and who they authentically are supposed to be in their state if they're not covered or protected. So we really want to do more outreach and make people feel a little more secure in themselves.
Yeah, so the networking is wonderful.
Yep.
The events are wonderful. The community is wonderful. We have all these people who have come together now and embraced this, which is exciting because you're right. It started really small and it wasn't that long ago,
Right.
and now there's all this energy. But beyond the networking, beyond the fun, beyond all those things, what we're really trying to do is affect change, right? We're trying to make the world a better place, and there's a lot of work to do within the industry, but then out there, as you say, in some of these states, there's a lot of work to do, and I am just so happy, so proud to be a part of this battle with you, a battle for good. So as we look forward, we have Supply Side West next year. We'll have another event. All of the Informa events, Expo West, we do this sort of thing. We want you to come out and check those out, but there's a lot more we can do, as you said, between the events, not only to support your organization, Naturally Proud Network, but the movement. So I'm looking forward to exploring that as we build on this partnership that we've had for these years to see what else we can do with you. I'd also like to ask if there are people in the industry, other companies who are inspired by this, that would like to get involved and be a part of this. What can they do? How can they get involved?
Absolutely. So if your company is concerned and you're working with diversity and you'd like to help or work with us or even become members or make a donation, please go to our website, proudnetwork.org, or you can find us on LinkedIn as well. There's a space where you can send us your information, become a member, and we do not charge for that. All we do is ask for donations, so whether you're an individual or a company, please go to our website or into the LinkedIn page. Again, naturallyproud.org on our website, and just Naturally Proud Network LinkedIn, you'll find us. And we welcome comments, questions, concerns, but especially appreciate donations, money, and sending your support, and just being recognized as a supporter to our group, because with donations of various levels, we will put you on our sponsor page, and we highly recommend and welcome anyone that would be liking to do that. So
It's a great group. Get involved. Ask anybody at Informa. We'll be happy to connect you with them. They're making a huge difference. And I have one last surprise for you. I know we had the fundraiser.
Yes.
We found a little bit of extra money, so we're going to go ahead and give another $1,000 to you for the fundraiser from last night. And I'm going to challenge all of you to get involved. Join Naturally Proud Network. You get one of these cool lapel pins here so you can have lots of flair, and everybody will know you're part of the solution. And give them some money, too, because we're out here trying to change the world. Randy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, John.
Yep. And thank you all for tuning in and being a part of Supply Side.
Thank you, and unexpected.
Hi, everyone. I'm John Benninger, Vice President and Market Leader for the Supply Side business here at Informa Markets. Thank you for tuning in today. We're coming to you live from the Supply Side studio here at the 26th Supply Side West and Food Ingredients North America show in Las Vegas. And joining me today for this segment of Supply Side Partnership Profiles is the founder and executive director of the American Botanical Council, my good friend, Mark Blumenthal. Mark, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for including me, John.
You bet. Tell us just a little bit about the mission, the vision of American Botanical Council, what it is y'all do.
We're an independent nonprofit research and education organization. Our mission is to increase the quality and the quantity of science-based information on herbs, medicinal plants, fungi, traditional foods, the medicinal values of all those, at the same time recognizing and valuing and respecting traditional ethnobotanical knowledge.
It's a lot. But there are a lot of plants out there, too.
There's thousands of them.
No shortage of things to be done. Tell us a little bit about some of the cool stuff you have going on, some of the programs, what's exciting over there at ABC these days?
Well, right now we started our new Herbalgram 40 project and fund, because we just acknowledged and are celebrating and celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Herbalgram, which is the newsletter I started with Rob McCaleb back in 1983 as a vehicle for information at the time for AHPA, the American Herbal Products Association, of which we were founding members, and also the Herb Research Foundation. And 35 years ago, next week, I founded the American Botanical Council with two leading scientists, Dr. James Duke and Norman Farnsworth, in 1988 to make ABC a platform, an independent nonprofit platform to take Herbalgram from newsletter to magazine format. So since then, ABC, based on articles and issues that we've covered in Herbalgram over 40 years regarding the emergence and the evolution of this incredible industry and community of herbs and medicinal plant research and sustainability and quality control and regulatory issues and all the market issues and all the things we cover, we've built an organization with numerous projects and programs and publications built on articles that we covered originally as just, let's do an article on this, and it grew. So we have the Botanical Adulterants Prevention Program, which is now in its 13th year, and we've published 83 peer-reviewed publications, all freely accessible on the ABC website. All you have to do is register at herbalgram.org and get 83 peer-reviewed publications on how companies can protect themselves on quality control issues regarding adulteration and fraud, protect themselves against fraudulent materials sold by unscrupulous sellers in the global marketplace, which has historically been a real problem.
And historically, going back a long time, I mean, ever since people were exchanging money for goods, there's been a challenge with people trying to game the system. So the work you're doing through the Botanical Adulterants Prevention Program is giving all these companies here the tools to detect it, to prevent it, to fight it, to end it, hopefully. We'll get there someday. So BAP, Botanical Adulterants Prevention Program, we support it. You should support it. It's a wonderful program. Herbalgram is actually a peer-reviewed journal. It's a scientific journal. So you went from a newsletter to a magazine to a peer-reviewed journal. And if you haven't seen it, it's beautiful. The photography, the level of detail of the information that's in there. If you're in the botanical trade and you're not reading this, you should probably think about starting to. Tell me about some of the other opportunities that you see. We have Herbalgram 40, the 40-year anniversary. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for people to get involved there. The Botanical Adulterants Prevention Program. I believe you do some stuff around sustainability too.
Yes, we have the Sustainable Herbs Program, which is directed by the wonderful, incredible Ann Armbrecht, PhD, who has a doctorate in anthropology from Harvard, and she has put together now for 5 years a number of seminars, webinars, a huge website full of video content that helps companies understand and of any size how they can move on the path toward more sustainable development and management of what they call supply chains, which we prefer to call value networks, because it's not always linear, and the value term implies and includes the people that are involved along that those networks, etc. We've produced the Sustainability and Regenerative Practices Toolkit 2.0. It's an improvement on the one that we published in 2021, which was 54 pages. Now 86-page PDF with dozens, if not hundreds, of resources, links to books, to white papers, to videos, to organizations on how any company along the path or wanting to get along the path of being more sustainable can do that by the free downloadable at herbalgram.org Sustainability Toolkit.
So this is an 86-page toolkit on how your company can build more sustainability into your business, and it's free. So take advantage of that. We only have a minute left. I want to ask if people out here are inspired, or companies are inspired and they're in the botanical trade, or the botanical trade is part of their supply network, how can they get involved with American Botanical Council?
Well, we're at herbalgram.org. We're an independent nonprofit research and education organization. We have lots of information that people can use for research, product developments, claim substantiation, education, marketing, etc.
Wonderful, Mark. We are honored to be a strategic partner of American Botanical Council, a funder. We encourage you to do the same. They do amazing work that uplifts the entire botanical community. The treasures that we have in this world that come from plants that change people's lives. If you're in the business and you're not part of the American Botanical Council, I challenge you to join us. So, Mark, thanks for your time today, and everybody have a great supply side.
Thanks for including me.
Hi everyone, I'm John Benninger, Vice President and Market Leader here at SupplySide, part of the Informa Markets Company. Welcome to this segment of SupplySide Partnership Profiles, where we're going to talk to some of our strategic partners. Joining me, one of our strategic partners, Katrina Tolentino, Executive Director, Founder of Naturally Network. Tell me just a little bit about Naturally Network, Katrina.
Yeah, first of all, thanks so much for having me, John. So Naturally Network is the largest membership organization representing the natural, organic, and better for you CPG industry. We are anchored by 10 chapters across the country, so it really reflects the heat map of the industry, and the main thing that we do is convene the industry. We have 3 strategic priorities, of course, because of our chapter model. We want to make sure that they're happy and healthy chapters, so that's a key priority. The second one is we want to develop the future leaders of the industry through conscious business practices. So more to come on that. Really excited about some of the projects that are coming up. And then the third thing that we do is creating retail and investor access. So again, we're really excited because in the last few months we've been working hard on our new strategic plan, and I think that the community will be really excited to see what's coming up in the next few years.
Yeah, so we became, SupplySide, became a national sponsor and partner a while back, and it's been wonderful for us, and I think really good for the participants in Naturally Network. When you say chapters, what types of companies are you serving? Like, who are these companies?
Yeah, that's a great question. So right now we're serving about 35,000 across the country. So that's really every stakeholder group that you can imagine. So we have all of the brands, we have investors, retailers, all of the CPG professionals. And so what's really special about our community is that Naturally Network is not the expert. We know that there are experts in the community, so it's really unlocking the potential and the resources in the industry through this community. And so we're doing networking events, education, and a lot of best practices across the country. And so we've got about 50% of our community that's food and beverage brands, and then the other 50% are all of the other categories as well as the professionals.
So if I am an emerging food and beverage brand, smaller company maybe, Naturally Network seems like a good place for me.
Oh, it's a great place. Especially if you're an early stage or an emerging brand, you all are the future of the industry, right? And so it is an incredible place to find resources, to talk to other founders, really learn from leaders, and intake all that tribal knowledge that's been in the industry for a long time. So it is a great place to start. Think of us as the front door of the industry.
Absolutely. You also have just some really cool programs within that. So I know we can't get into everything, but you have a couple that, well, I'll let you choose, but you have that minority-owned fellowship, which is
Yes.
amazing, and a number of others. Just tell us a little bit about some of those.
Yeah, so we have a minority-owned fellowship program powered by NIQ. That program is really special to me. Entrepreneurship changed my family's life, and so this is a program that really helps create access for minority-owned founders in the industry. And so we are doing that through education, and that program culminates at Expo West, where we're facilitating access to the industry in that way. One of my other favorite programs that we do is our Women in CPG Summit. It is a really fun model where we're able to take national conversations, but then at the same time, at the end of the summit, we're able to activate women across the country through our chapters to connect in person. And so that will be happening in November in 2024. And we are also doing a lot of retail activations at the expos and at events like this, where again, we're facilitating relationships between key stakeholders and our brands.
Yeah, I know you're a big part of the Pitch Slam
Yep.
at Natural Products Expo, another one of the Informa businesses with our colleagues at New Hope Network. That's wonderful. I was at the one this last show. And here at this show, we have an amazing partnership. This is our second year doing it.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that. You brought 15
We brought
brand
15
owners.
brands alongside with you all at this show. We are so excited about this because we're seeing the success already. So last year we brought 10. What we're seeing is that we're repeating some of those brands. They're here at the show even from last year. And then this year, the 15 brands, our goal is to really help them understand that this is a great place for them to start. This is where the innovation in the industry is happening, right? This is a great place to find cost savings. This is a great place to find new manufacturers. And so these brands are here to do just that. And I am so thankful to the Supply Side West team because we are making a real impact in these early stage brands and these founders' journey. And we're already hearing so much positive feedback, and the partners and the exhibitors here are so welcoming. So thank you so much for that. It's been one of the
It's been a
successful-
pleasure. I had the
Yeah.
pleasure to meet each and every one of them, learn about their businesses, learn about their needs, and our team has worked hard to try to help each of them with a little bit of a customized plan to get the
Exactly.
most out of the show, whether they're trying to find suppliers, reduce costs in their supply network, find consultants, they need legal advice, whatever it is, that's what we're here to do. That's what you're here to do. I think that's why we make such great partners.
Yep.
Question for you. If somebody sees this or is tuning in, they're inspired, they're a brand and they want to get involved, or maybe they've been in the industry for 20, 30 years and they have a lot of expertise and they want to give back a little bit and help some of these emerging
Yeah.
brands, how can people and companies in the industry get involved with Naturally Network?
That's a great question. And again, because of our partnership, it is very, very clear to us that partnerships are a great way for us to scale the impact that we can make, right? And so we're looking for new partners. We're also looking for industry leaders that want to give back to the community. We are currently running an individual giving campaign, so that will translate into grant dollars for a minority-owned fellowship, for example. So it's a really direct way to create impact in the community. And then we're looking for speakers and experts. And if you know a founder that isn't part of the community yet and maybe feeling a little bit lost out there, we, again, would love to take them in and plug them into the ecosystem.
Wonderful. The work you're doing is great. It's really creating the next generation of leaders and cool brands in this market. So if you've been around and this industry's been good to you like it's been to me, and you feel like maybe you want to give something back, this is a great way to do that. And you get to meet all these young new entrepreneurs that have these inspiring ideas
Yes.
and lots of energy, more energy than I have these days, and it's just a blast. So what's the website people can go to learn more?
It is www.naturallynetwork.org. All the information is on there. And again, there are immediate ways that you can participate, and we're looking forward to hearing from people.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for all you do. Please get involved with Naturally Network, and thanks for coming to Supply Side. Hi everyone, I'm John Benninger, Vice President and Market Leader of the Supply Side Business here at Informa Markets, coming to you live from our Supply Side studio at the 26th Supply Side West and Food Ingredients North America show here in Las Vegas. Thanks for tuning in to our Supply Side Partnership Profiles episode, where we profile some of the wonderful charitable organizations and partners that we have. Joining me now, Dr. Paul Mittman, the President of Sonoran University of Health Sciences, a wonderful naturopathic and nutrition school that does even more than that in Tempe, Arizona. Dr. Mittman, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks so much, John, for having me.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the mission, the vision of Sonoran University of Health Sciences.
Yeah, well, our vision is a world that embraces the healing power of nature. And so our mission is to shape the future through the healing power of nature 3 ways. We train the next generation of healers. So we've had a Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine program for 30 years now. 5 years ago, we started a clinical nutrition program, so a master's in nutrition, 100% online. And we also have a nutrition business leadership program. Next year, we're going to launch a master's in clinical mental health counseling. And then we treat patients. On our campus, we have an integrative pain center called the Neil Reardon Center for Regenerative Medicine that offers patients non-opioid approaches to pain. And then we offer free care in underserved communities. We have 7 clinics around the valley and around the Phoenix metropolitan area. And then we do research.
Yeah, and the research, which for this industry I think is really,
Yeah.
it's all really interesting because we're all here to build a better world
Right.
and heal and all that. That's why we're here. But the research facility, the Rick Scalzo Institute for Botanical Research. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, as you know, Rick was the founder of Gaia Herbs and the CEO for many, many years. And for years he would say, Paul, someday I want to do something to really advance botanical medicine in a big way. And thanks to his generosity, we were able to create this research institute, the Rick Scalzo Institute for Botanical Research, where we have a team of molecular biologists, analytical chemists, and also herbalists and naturopathic doctors who, working together, they can identify not just do plants work, but how do they work? How do they work on a cellular level? Which, even with the growing body of research, we still don't know how most medicinal plants, botanical medicines, are acting, at the most minute level. And to be able to do that, we work with companies in the industry. We partner to develop insights into either products that they already have or to help develop new products.
So what you're telling me is all these companies behind us here, these 1,400 and whatever exhibitors and the 18,000 people walking around, if they need cutting edge research on a botanical, a plant, a product that is made of these components, that the Rick Scalzo Botanical Research Institute can help with that.
Yeah, it's really, I have to say, because I've been at the school for 27 years, this is the most extraordinary thing that's ever happened. It's deepened like the understanding of botanical medicine, but for companies, we have done some really innovative things, like looking at gene expression. So like if you're a company, let's say you have ashwagandha products, you know what the indications are and the uses for ashwagandha. So now we're doing gene expression, and we isolate and measure the effects on 22,000 genes that code for different proteins and different pathways. And so you could use it for, let's say, for inflammation, but we've found in some plants new uses that are completely unknown so far. So in one case, there was one for inflammation, and we found that it also affected hormone synthesis and hormone regulation. So it's just a great way to, if you've got a great product, it might be great for something else too.
Yeah, it's wonderful research. I also quickly want to, there's another part to Sonoran called the SAGE Foundation for Health. Can you just give me a 30-second soundbite on what that is? Because I love it, and everybody should know about it.
We believe that everyone deserves high-quality health care. And that means regardless of your socioeconomic status, your immigration status. And so we provide free care at an HIV and AIDS center, substance abuse disorder, a women's shelter, and 3 elementary schools. And it's something that, we're really privileged to be in this industry and to have natural therapies and natural medicines available. And it works just as well for people regardless of where they come from or what their means are. And this is a great opportunity. We see thousands of patients every year who benefit, who might otherwise not encounter this kind of approach.
So I just want to make sure everybody heard that. Free health care, right?
Yeah.
8,000, 9,000 patients a year. And this is
At
in the
least.
Phoenix area. And it's through these clinics that the SAGE Foundation, Sonoran University, provides free health care to families, to children who otherwise, in many cases, don't have access to health care. It's a wonderful model and something that I would love to see in the future replicated in other cities. Because let's face it, wherever you live, I guarantee you there's somebody that needs health care that's not getting it, and naturopathic medicine and nutrition can make a big difference in their life. Let's say somebody out there heard something, whether it's about the Scalzo Botanical Research Institute, the work of the SAGE Foundation, but they're inspired, they want to get involved as an individual or a company. How can they get involved?
First thing, if you're here at the show, come to the What's Up with SUPS event tonight, because the event is benefiting SAGE Foundation. So that would be a good way to get started. The other way is to just reach out at sonoran.edu, and or you can email me, p.mittman@sonoran.edu, and we would love to share information about the Research Institute and ways to get involved with SAGE.
So sonoran.edu, go to the website, come to the What's Up with SUPS reception tonight at House of Blues. You're going to be there with hundreds of industry people having a great time raising money for the SAGE Foundation. And you get a chance to meet Dr. Mittman because he'll be there. So Dr. Mittman, thanks for coming out. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for
you
being
so
a
much,
supply
John.
side partner. And have a great rest of your show.
You bet.
Hi everyone, I'm John Benninger, Vice President and Market Leader for the Supply Side business here at Informa Markets, coming to you live from the 26th Supply Side West and Food Ingredients North America Trade Show here in Las Vegas. Live right now from the Supply Side studio for this segment of Supply Side Partnership Profiles. We have a lot of wonderful partners, and I'm joined today by one of them, Heather Granado, the founder of Women in Nutraceuticals. Heather, welcome.
Thank you so much, John. Absolutely a pleasure to be here.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about Women in Nutraceuticals, the mission, the vision, what it's all about.
Absolutely. What we're looking to do is we want to empower women to achieve their personal and professional potential. And we're really looking to achieve societal equity and that will change the global nutraceutical industry. It's something that we're all quite passionate about, and as a relatively new organization, it's something that we feel the time has come.
It absolutely has. I agree. That's why we are strategic partners, and we're a big supporter as a company, but also as individuals. A lot of my Informa colleagues have joined, and if you join, you get this really cool Women in Nutraceuticals lapel pin here, so you can build up your collection of flair. Tell me a little bit about what's going on, some of the details, some of the programs, like what's cool, what's happening at WIN.
My pleasure. So we had our kind of coming out party 1 year ago at Supply Side West. This year, I can announce that we are over 450 individual members. We have more than 50 sponsors and partners. We have our 501c3 status. And one of the things that I'm really proud of is Informa, which is one of our platinum sponsors, also supported a global survey about gender representation in leadership at a global level in the nutraceutical industry. We got the findings back from Next Data and Insights. We've published a white paper, and what we found is we're not doing better, but we're not doing worse than comparative industries, pharma perhaps, or CPG. You're looking at about a third of senior leadership positions are women. You're looking at about a quarter on boards. These are good numbers. They could be much better numbers, and that's what we wanted, was to have that baseline so that together with our partners, with the industry, we can actually make a difference, set KPIs, and drive forward change.
Yeah. And when we make this change, I mean, one, it seems like the right thing to do, right? Because the population isn't 30% women or 25% women, but there's more to it than that. There's the equity part, absolutely, but tell me about the value to the companies and to the industry of getting this done.
Well, what's interesting is you can think about this topic of gender equity as something that is about women. Oh, yes, we're looking to women. Really, the issues that we talk about of equal pay, of family leave, of innovation and bringing different perspectives to the table, those are not female issues. Those are everyone issues. It affects everyone. And it's one of the reasons that something like Women in Nutraceuticals needs women and men at the table. When we have our pilot mentorship program launching, we have women and men who are mentors because a lot of men are in the C-suite already. They're the ones who have the leadership positions and the knowledge to be able to fill the pipeline to bring more women into leadership.
And I just have to say, personal experience, right? I've been working here on the supply side team for a long time, like 28 years, and our business has always had a lot of incredible women leaders from the time I joined the company years ago. And so my experience has been exactly what you're saying. It's not just the right thing to do, it's actually really good for business. And I'm glad to hear that men are getting involved. And I would challenge other men out there, whether you're in a leadership position, whatever your role, get behind this. It's a wonderful group doing great things. What are a couple of the challenges or visions for the future, like some stuff we need to do?
Stuff we need to think about. We do need to get over this perception that win is only for women. Win is for everyone. And to make the positive change that we're going to make, it's going to take everyone coming together. It's an opportunity. How would you innovate? How would you come up with new products if you don't have the right people sitting around your R&D table, bringing their own perspectives, their own health needs? If you're not bringing in different perspectives at your board table, how are you going to think about addressing global health challenges that are not maybe in your frame of reference? So that's the opportunity to bring in those diverse frames of reference, the different points of view. The opportunity, when we all embrace it, we're going to grow this industry incrementally. It's already really growing fast. This is going to take it to a whole new level.
Totally agree. That's why we're behind it. That's why we encourage all of you to get behind it. So if you heard something here and you're like, yeah, that's a great idea, we should support that. How would a company get more involved with Women in Nutraceuticals?
So you can go to womeninnutraceuticals.org. We are looking for individual members, we're looking for volunteers, and certainly corporate partners and sponsors. It takes money to invest, to do the programming that we want to do the research, and to provide the resources to companies and individuals to supercharge this journey toward gender equality.
Now, it's wonderful work you've been doing. You're only a year into this. It kind of blows my mind how far you've come and how many people have gotten involved, and it's just the beginning. So, yes, please get involved with Women in Nutraceuticals. It's a great organization. It's going to be great for your business and your career and your heart and your soul, by the way. So, Heather, thank you so much for all you and the team are doing. Thanks for including us, and best wishes for all of these goals that we're going to accomplish together.
Thank you, John. Together, we all win.
We all win. Hi, everybody. I'm John Benninger, Vice President and Market Leader of the Supply Side business here at Informa Markets, coming to you live from the Supply Side studio here at the 26th Supply Side West and Food Ingredients North America show in Las Vegas. Thanks for tuning in for this episode of Supply Side Strategic Partnership Profiles. I'm joined by one of our longtime partners, an organization we love, Roma Miratenko from Vitamin Angels. Roma, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a great show, and love being here.
Yeah, we love what you do, and so I want the audience to hear a little bit about that. Tell me a little bit about the vision, the mission of Vitamin Angels.
Sure. So Vitamin Angels is a global public health nonprofit where we combat malnutrition and help support providing health equity all around the world. So we do that by reaching mothers and children in underserved communities through nutritional supplementation. So we do that with vitamin A, deworming, and prenatal supplementation, and we try and focus on the most critical window of development, so that's through conception and age 5. Yeah.
So the vitamin, when I first got involved with Vitamin Angels, it was the 2020 program, I think it was called back then, but it was about the vitamin A, right?
Yeah.
For people who don't know, tell us a little bit about how important vitamin A is, especially early in life.
Sure. So vitamin A is one of the critical developmental nutrition components of life. And so as children are maturing and growing, they need that vitamin A to help prevent from just general illnesses, absorb nutrition, and even sometimes in most severe cases helps prevent stunting, blindness, and even death in like very severe cases as well. So we pair that with deworming so children can actually absorb that nutrition and have it slowly released throughout their liver over a certain period of time.
I remember when Howard Schiffer started this organization many years ago with this idea that we can go change the world and all that. And he has, the whole group has. Tell us, just on the vitamin A program, for example, with the children, how many children are we reaching? How many children are being positively affected by this right now?
Yeah, so it's absolutely incredible how we've grown as an organization. When I started 5 years ago, I think we were almost in around like 50 million women and children every year. Now we're at 71 million women and children with nutritional supplementation that we're reaching in 65 countries around the world and every single state in the U.S. every single year. So we're looking to double that impact within the next 10 years and reach 140 million women and children. So
when we talk about the impact, those are the numbers at an individual level, a family level, a community level. Tell me a little bit about that, what the impact of this program, whether it's the vitamin A or the prenatals, but it changes lives, it changes communities, right?
Absolutely. So the stories we hear is, it warms my heart to a certain degree to understand that we're not only changing the lives of the women and children, but families and communities. That's the whole point of what we do, is promoting that health equity and providing those resources to the community through our incredible program partners. We have about 1,200 in the 65 countries that we work in, but they're the ones that educate, advocate, provide those supplementation distributions, and give them the resources to live healthier, more fulfilled lives.
It's amazing to see, and you can see some of the videos on the website. We'll give you that website a little bit later, but the stories there, you've captured them on film.
Yeah.
People in the industry have gone on missions with you all over the world to go do these distributions of vitamin A and prenatals, and it makes a huge difference. Tell me a little bit about the vision for the future. You've already accomplished so much, but there's a lot left to do, right?
Of course. So as I said, our main goal is to reach 140 million women and children in the next 10 years. So we're looking for like-minded individuals that we call our corporate partners to help support us on that mission. So supply side is pretty much the best place for us to integrate and meet with all of these incredible companies, brands, suppliers, manufacturers, to help us support actually reaching those women and children through monetary donations. And in turn, we provide you with just better business practices on how to communicate that impact and that message throughout your networks as well.
And I can vouch for that. These stories are on their website too. Well, let's give them the website right now. Where do they go?
So please check us out at vitaminangels.org. We'll be celebrating our 30th anniversary next year. If you're interested in supporting us at that event or anything else in the future, come check us out. We're also at booth 3889 today, and I'll be there for the rest of the day and tomorrow.
Yeah, it's wonderful, and I can vouch for it. It's a wonderful. So if you want to change the world, if your company wants to do good things, so you can tell your shareholders or your customers, Vitamin Angels is a great way to do it. It also proves that supplements work, right? A lot of times people say, "Oh, do those things really work?" This is proof right here, because we're changing children's lives and women's lives around the world. So it's great PR. And I will say this about working with Vitamin Angels: you always think about helping your partners. So as we support you, you support us with those stories and all of that. So what was the booth number again?
We're at booth 3889.
Okay, go by and see Vitamin Angels. Go to vitaminangels.org. Get on board. A lot of the companies right here behind me at the trade show are already doing it. It's the cool place to be, and help us build a better world together.
Thank you so much,
Yep.
John.
Thank you, Roma.